Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Whenever you
cool.
can,
And
you can.
if anyone's trying to see his screen and they can't get into it, go to my YouTube stream. I'm rebroadcasting it on there. Crypto Down Under. I'll I'll see if I can post a link into Tame's Discord chat just in case people want to check it out while he's talking.
Yeah, so guys, for most of the people, I think you already know what is a Wyckoff. For the people who know me or have been following for the past days. So Wyckoff is he's a guy like he showed like two patterns. One that includes accumulation where a price will try to accumulate to go and do a bull run, and a distribution phase where the price will try to distribute and take and go into a bear run. Okay, so this is an accumulation schematic of it's a number one where you have a spring in it, where you have a shakeout, let's say, and this is what I was predicting, and like from here I started doing this, and I have almost all scenarios and what could happen. So Wyckoff is more of a methodology. It's and the psychology of a market. He's been a person who's a conspiracy like theorist and someone who's controlling the market and he's moving the market. But maybe we can think of him of someone who's like really smart and knows how to interrupt the market and how to read it, but he didn't share it in that way for the people because people wouldn't be interested and see his lessons and all of this stuff. So he shared in a way that will attract people into like buying and going into his course and learning. Anyway, some another giant called David Weiss was a student of that school and was someone who knew him and who talked to him and who called him also, like he was friend with him. And he have an interrupt like less conspiracy into it, what make it more sense into what we are seeing. So let's say this is a Wyckoff, okay? This is our phase E. And phase E, you will always have a preliminary support according to Wyckoff, where price will always fail to hold that support, and from there you will have your selling climax. Okay, so what I'm saying on how you should be looking on the market is not like following a schematic and you want it perfect to 100%, but more into reading the market. Like let's see, price dipped down, okay, and look how high it closed off this close and made a rally. So while going back up, let's say you saw this. You are a small retailer who said price gonna move up. Look what this big move. I'm gonna buy into here. Maybe you said that. Where would you be looking to sell? As a small retailer, you will be looking to sell at $1. You wanted to moon, but look what happened. Price go up here and do a huge wick. So I asked why this wick is over here, and someone who were smart and told me. He knew the answer because he tried to analyze the market in the way that I'm seeing it, and he's on his Discord. I don't remember his name, but he said the right thing that you have a lot of those people who are holding from here, and those institutions who are in less knowledge than the bigger institution. They went in and bought around here, thinking that they will support it, and this is a good price for them to buy, and from here price can be going back up. But price didn't do that. Went back down, then rallied back up. Now this week that you are seeing, all the sells that you are seeing over here are from those people who are taking their profits or breaking even. So this is where this supply is coming from. Then if we go and look in interrupting what is happening, we are seeing some decrease in volume. The last one had like more volume but less than this one, made higher highs, went into this area, and look what happened after it. We still have some decent volume, but it's closing like more of an indecision. It went down. It doesn't have ease of movement because look at this close. It's closing really tight. So this could be an alert for you. For me, I would be looking to short from here. I would look to sell from here. I will explain later for you why. For someone who's new, he would be maybe going into a short from here and putting a stop loss around here or putting a stop loss around here. But let's say you are someone like me who's trying to learn more about the market and understanding that over here we should see a sell. Let's say you short over here, anywhere in this area. You went in and you shorted. Okay? Let's say you shorted right from here. Your stop loss would be around like 8% or anything. Anytime you saw price touching this, you would sell. So look how much your stop loss would be, around 2%. Okay? And if you're looking into a 1 to 4 trade, look where your take profit would be. It would be around here, and you have made a 10%. So if you are on 10 time leverage, you just doubled your money. But let's say you are someone who's smarter, maybe, and trying to understand more the market, and who learned the Wyckoff and knowing what is happening. You would know that price need to go back down to like around an area of this selling close to retest the supply over there, and because that's how Wyckoff translated it. And so what price is doing here is testing the supply to see if this is valid for us to keep going back up. So you would put your take profit around here, okay? You would have lost, but you wouldn't be called out. You are still in your stop loss. Hasn't been touched. And look what happened this time. If you are holding from here a short, to be honest, I would exit around here. As soon as I saw this happening, I would exit around here or maybe around here, not more than that. Okay, that's where I would exit. I would wait this candle and the next one. If I see it move it back up, maybe I would take from here my profit. But because look, we have low volume and look with low volume and you have this big ease of movement. That's telling you buyers are running away. Buyers are running away and sellers are in control. And then this happened. You have big volume coming in. You don't have as much ease of movement as you had previously, so this would be an alerting for you. And as soon as you saw this candle happening, like this volume going into it, and you still closed bullish, then you would say, yeah, that could be a trend reversal. Like this could be a reversal going back up to retest the highs of this range. And if you know the Wyckoff, you would know that this would enter a phase B, and you will doing an upthrust here. So you would wait to see your confirmation. A danger zone would be over here. So a danger zone, if you try to a good entry in a danger zone, your stop loss will be lower than not going into a danger zone. Because I said, like, in the end of the day, what matters not on how much profit you have missed, but on how much losses you have cut and how much losses you are standing with. And they should be less than your like I don't know. I don't. English is becoming hard now. Anyway, this is your take profit here, and maybe you could be thinking of entering a trade. To be honest, from here also, like when you start understanding the ranges and you know what you are doing, you would enter around here, and you will take your profit at the range. You will take the profit at this range. Okay? You took your profit and now you are waiting for an upthrust to happen. An upthrust is when you break the range and you go back into the range and you don't go back up. Like you fail to break the range and you go back in. And there's two things. You have an upthrust, and you have an absorption. But you need to learn, and it's really hard with time to differentiate between them. Like those can be tricky, and those are the hardest things when you start learning how to differentiate between an upthrust and an absorption. An absorption is when someone is trying to suck all the cells because he knows price will be going out and he will be throwing Tom News, that big man, that composite man. So look how many trades you have, because if you have been trading the range. Let's say you see this big volume coming in and this closing as indecision. And right after it, you have low volume, but you still have ease of movement to the downside. This could be an alert for you to go into a short. This is a danger zone, okay? But this for you could be an alert that yeah, over here we can go into a short because we had all of this big volume. We closed as indecision. We have a narrow range. We don't have ease of movement. We have more volume than the previous one. But look how the previous one has ease of volume, but this didn't respect the trend that we were following and to close well below the highs. So you would have entered like this. Your stop loss would have been around here like 6%. Let's say you are looking for a 1 to 4 trade, okay? This is a 1 to 4 trade. And look how this 1 to 4 trade is aligning also with your previous uh, support. So you don't care if price broke below here. If you're looking at the Wyckoff, you know price will be breaking below here, but you don't care for that. You just take your profit as soon as the price hit here, you know? This could be alerting for you. You could take your profit around here. Some people would run away from here. But this move down, this high volume, this change of character than previous ones. And we have an effort and we have a result that is respecting, is telling me that we could be, that yeah, we are going down and even below this secondary test. It's hard to start uh, seeing them. But this could be a winning trade. And also, let's go over here and see. We know we are going to go below the selling secondary test and maybe probably below the selling climax close. So we wait for a sign of reversal over there. Okay? And look what do you get. Look, look from previously happening, we are getting into an area where demand could be possible over there. You have this big volume going into the market. Look how low the volume was in this candle, and look how ease of movement it had, and how much we have big volume coming into here, but still we don't have ease of movement. And the next one, we didn't have any follow-up. Okay, so this trade is risky, to be honest. If you are someone who jumped from here, that is very dangerous area, but you are the one who danger areas are the areas that make you the money, you know. So let's say you are someone who entered a trade or around here. You went long from here after seeing this. You have no follow through to all of this volume that you had, and you have some buying coming in. And let's say you entered over here and you put it your stop loss around here. In case you want to leverage, you will do a small leverage because it's a 14%. So if you're doing a 5-time leverage, a 20% would cut you out. 14% would take you more than half of your money. So you'll do maybe 2-time leverage. And to be honest, maybe I won't do a leverage over here. I will enter without leverage. And your take profit would be the highs of the range till around here. But to be honest, because I'm someone who is following the Wyckoff, I would have maybe went out around here or even around here. And I would say I am grateful that I am getting out here. Because look, you have volume coming in and look at this indecision. And after it, lower volume, but you have ease of movement down. So this is indicating we can be going down. And if you follow the Wyckoff, you know that in phase B, as we go down, we might have a spring. And the spring is lower than the secondary test in phase B, and even below the selling climax. So your stop loss could be activated, and you would get out over here, or you would hold. It's all back to you. If you would hold it, you would also win because you know your stop loss got never activated, and look, price went up to here. So in this area now, we had no spring. In this area, this is what we call we need to see an absorption. Price jump out of the range that we had around here, aligned here, went up, but then go back down into it and start doing to make it easier for you, some kind of a triangle, like you will always an absorption, a successful and good absorption is when you always have higher lows, because this is an indication that market is gonna go up, okay? And all those sellings that are happening now, that big man is buying them. All those people who are taking profits from here, who are caught from here, now are selling. So he knows they will be selling, and he will be buying every time. Sorry, they are selling, and then something bad happened. Maybe bad news came out around like 3 of June and more into like 4 of June. But that's when you had your break structure back to the down, and you would be alerted that this could be enough thrust. This is not an absorption, and we are going back down to do maybe another reaccumulation, and we are entering a phase B back again, and this leave you with a lot of not confidence, and that's where I am at now. You know, so I have a channel that has been. So if you look, guys, even on the daily, we have a channel around here. Okay, this channel has been broken. So I don't know if now it's a small retracement. This could retrace to over here, and maybe because this is an apex line, so we could see. One second. We could see some kind of an apex happening, some kind of a spring happening around here to this apex line. Like we go below it, have some big volume coming in, closing as indecision, and after it we have buys with low volume and ease of movement. This could be alerting, and price could be going back up from here. And if this happen and we break this, I'm telling you, you might not have time to follow up if price gonna go back up. But if we don't, and this doesn't turn out to be a spring, because usually springs tend to fail in a downtrend, and this could be our downtrend, and price could be moving back down to around uh, 25. Like the first support would be around 28, and then 25, and then after that you have the 20, and after that you have the 16, and after it you have the point 10. But I would prefer for it to go back up here because there's something called distribution. Am I talking a lot, guys? Do you want me to stop? Please.
Good. No, keep going.
No, please continue.
Yes, please go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's something called distribution, and this is a distribution. This I'm gonna show you some kind of distribution happening. This is a distribution where you have your preliminary support, but it always fails. Price go back out, do buying climax. Just like look at it, and you will see what I'm meaning. Okay, then you go back, do a secondary test, focus on this, and you go back down to do a sign of weakness in phase B of the distribution. Now let's go back to the and this is the daily. I don't want to clean this. One second. One second. Let me clean a bit of this. And believe me, everything that I've talked, like there's a lot of complex more into it, but this is the simplest that I can get it because there are also another ranges, and to every range you can have a spring happening that will push the price back up. So I'm not mentioning those. So if you're looking at it, this could be your pre-element supply over here. And over here, this could be your buying climax. And now when we went back down to over here, this could be our automatic rally. So now when we broke this channel, we know we went back up to do a secondary test. I would hate to see that this move is only the secondary test. I would love to see a secondary test like happening around here. That would leave me with more confidence, around the 50s, the point 50s. I'm being emotional about this. I don't want to, but I would prefer to see it around there, to be honest. If it doesn't
Me-
happen, this could be our secondary test. Around here. I'm looking at it to happen around here. You know, this could be a possible secondary test. And after the secondary test, what happens? You go down and you do, like, you can go down from here or go up and then go down. Okay? And do a sign of weakness that you are seeing over here. So I hope we go back up, then go back down, do a sign of weakness. And this sign of weakness will be, if you follow up with me, guys, 1 second. Let's say we have this trading range. This sign of weakness will be a spring for this trading range. This is a whole new concept now. This is how I'm mixing two big giants into one thing, the Wyckoff and David Weiss. So this could, if this was to be a successful spring, I hope it would be because usually springs, they fail in a downtrend. So if this fails, then yeah, I would assume if we fail to go back in range and go back up, I would assume that the bear market has started. If we fail to go back in range from here, anything below it, I would assume yeah, bear market has started and we can be going down and consolidating down. But if not, we jump back into the range and go up to do enough thrusts, as you are seeing here. So I'm not gonna talk more about this, but this is how I'm seeing it. This is how I would like it to move. I would like it to happen. So let's wait and see. The sign of weakness over here will be shaking out a lot of people who's holding, who bought around here, who bought around here, who bought all. I don't know the ones who bought around here. If they didn't sell yet, I don't think they will be selling. They will wait till the end of time for it to go back up. I think if they didn't sell yet, they are hodlers. So yeah, let's wait and see. And I'm hoping
Thank
for
you.
this to go up here and go back down. Yeah. Thank you for listening. I hope I didn't talk like a lot.
No, that
I
was
talked
good. Thank
so
you so much.
yeah. Let me add
Thank you.
this, guys. You see this? This is very basic. Okay. This is what I hate. I don't like to do this, but this is the basic thing when you go into YouTube. Like this
Yeah,
is the
that.
inverted head and shoulder.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Or-
the head and shoulder, not inverted.
yeah. That's it. It's like the current meme in the technical analysis realm.